morning, I'm Katherine Bennett, speaking to you from my house in North Wiltshire, which is only 54 miles away from the Malvern Hills Science Park. I know that because I went on Google Maps earlier. I look forward to perhaps popping up the road to see you soon. I'm also speaking to you on my third day in the role of CEO of the High Value Manufacturing Catapult. It is really appropriate that speaking to you is my first engagement because smart, connected manufacturing is going to be the key to our country and our industrial sector to develop into the future. The name Tommy Flowers Network, I have to admit, did intrigue me and led to me doing some reading up on this incredible gentleman. I understand that he worked at the GPO Dollis Hill site in London from 1930 and of course went on to do great things. But for me, there's a tiny synergy because I love to use the phrase which was actually above the door to that Dollis Hill building. And that phrase is, research is the door to tomorrow. So thank you, Tommy Flowers Network, with the support of NextG Works and Worcestershire 5G for bringing this together for me. Now, having spent a lifetime at the heart of some of the UK's principal manufacturing firms, I really understand the importance of the role digital technologies can play. When I joined the Catapult, I was so pleased to see that helping companies to harness the power of digital was such a strong part of the support our centres around the UK can offer. Now, as a non-engineer, I'm not even going to pretend that I'm a technical expert on all things digital, but it's certainly my experience of not having a SIM card that worked on my new mobile phone this week really brings home the reliance we have on connectivity. And that story is just on an individual basis. Just think of the importance of digital to businesses and innovation. We can all see how profoundly digital technologies are transforming our world. The future of manufacturing is already being shaped by this revolution. Digital tools are being used at all points in the manufacturing process. And some examples I could give you today are capture, manage and sharing data, support collaboration, and many, many others. In my previous company, Airbus, in the aerospace sector, digital design, or DDMS as they called it, is now absolutely integral. Design work is done collaboratively, using digital means. And there are such stories as the design of digital twins of aircraft, digital demonstrators. It's a whole new world and very different probably from aircraft design from even 10 years ago. One of the stories I remember when I went round the production line at our Airbus helicopters site was how they used virtual means. The operators had a headset on to look in confined spaces, such as the interior of an Airbus helicopter's aircraft, where the operators would have a headset on and they would have the visual identity of the operating notes needed for the design and the manufacture of the aircraft. So really works in a confined space. And it's examples like that that I'm loving hearing more about and will use as I carry on in my future career at the High Value Manufacturing Catapult. The benefits of digitalisation and connected manufacturing are absolutely huge. I know later on today you've got Jürgen Mayer, who chairs the Made Smarter Commission, but the publication of the Made Smarter Review in 2017 really demonstrated some super stories in terms of the positive impact that faster innovation and adoption of innovative digital technologies can have. So that report estimated that it could benefit 455 billion pounds worth of value for UK manufacturing and actually create over 175,000 jobs. But let's be honest, We all know digital and connected manufacturing is needed, but knowing what is right for individual companies can perhaps be a bit daunting. Budgets are under pressure. We've just been going through the pandemic. Maybe companies don't have teams with the right level of expertise and insight. And that's where my new organisation can come in, the High Value Manufacturing Catapult. We're just about to launch our new strategy where we talk about industrial transformation. And that is exactly what we can do to businesses such as those participating in this conference. Now, I know over the next few days, you're going to hear from colleagues of mine from the High Value Manufacturing Catapult. We have experts from the National Composite Centre. We have experts from the Warwick Manufacturing Group. We have Rab Scott, who runs the Factory of the Future within the AMRC in Sheffield, allied to Sheffield University. And we also have our CTO from the High Value Manufacturing Catapult, Sam Turner, also speaking. And those individuals will, of course, explain in more detail and with more technological expertise on the offer that the Catapult can do to help businesses. But let me give you a quick flavour right now of how we can help. So we have 18 sites at locations around the whole of the United Kingdom. We work with companies to identify which technologies are right for them. We can help with advice on investing wisely and maybe help strip away some of the risks and fears that people have about the digital world and how it can impact manufacturing. We can also help with harnessing the best ideas, whether this is through our universities with whom we're allied and other research establishments. And that's actually more importantly, just as this conference today, it's the collaboration, it's the network and learning from other businesses. I want to also emphasize the work that we do with SMEs. So back in 2019, we estimated that we supported 2,000 projects with SMEs across the whole of our nation. We of course know that SMEs are the real lifeblood of our economy. And the High Value Manufacturing Catapult has deep understanding of the cash flow challenges that companies can be facing, the challenge of finding new customers, and also access to funding, and finally, finding the right talent, the right skill set, the right people to help you develop your business. I'm really pleased that the government are really focusing on innovation, and we're looking forward to the government's innovation strategy, which is due to be published in the next few weeks. But I know that many companies do sometimes struggle to find the time for innovation. You're already fighting current issues. But also, where the Catapult can come in and help you on innovation is we can help accelerate new ideas and help you seize the market that you can probably see on your horizon. We can also give early stage advice on the commercial viability of a new idea. Of course, we know that each project is different, and this is where our experience over the 10 years that the High Value Manufacturing Catapult has been set up, and for many of our centres, the AMRC in particular, has been operating for 20 years, so can draw on that lifetime of experience, and as I said, working with many, many other companies. There's some great examples I've already picked up in my first 3 days in the job about some of the examples of even very small investments can really make a difference, such as by just spending perhaps around £1,000 on attaching sensors to your existing equipment can really give a boost to a company's bottom line. I mentioned Made Smarter earlier, and one announcement that we made a few months ago was the work that we're doing on the Smart Factory Innovation Hub. Now, this is currently in its pilot stages. But the key purpose of this is to test quick fire projects and early stage technologies at one of the 16 test beds across the country. And I know Worcestershire have been doing a lot of work in this. So the Smart Factory Innovation Hub is a safe environment for innovation. It's also open access for firms. And it's open to all manufacturing sectors, whether you're in the food and drink or pharmaceutical or a sector which I know very well of aerospace. So finally, the High Value Manufacturing Catapult wants to see UK manufacturers thrive and grow. We want British firms to be resilient at home and strong enough to lead into competitive markets. If that's what you want for your business, get in touch. We are here to help. And let's remember that phrase from Dollis Hill, that door to tomorrow is always open. Thank you.